Hi, everybody. Welcome to the December 16th, 2016 edition of Colorado Inside Out Postgame, a special web-exclusive production here on Channel 12. I'm your host, Dominic Dezzutti. Thanks for joining us. Let's get a quick take on FBI officials announcing Tuesday that they are assessing whether to pursue an investigation into the VA hospital quagmire. Lawmakers have accused VA officials of lying about ballooning construction costs for Aurora's embattled VA hospital project. Patty Cahoon from Westward, I'm getting a sense of deja vu. Have we been here before?
We have, but I guess the FBI hasn't. I mean, how could the FBI have missed overruns, millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions of overruns? And we've been talking about this for, what, 3 years now? So there was no shortage of opportunities for the FBI to jump in. This is one where I would also say better late than never, but still, where have they been? We already know most of the people responsible are no longer there. They got out with their bonuses, and they're spending them and not building the VA hospital anymore.
David Kopel from the Independence Institute and DU Law School. We honestly looked at this when our producer and I looked at the script the first time. We thought, now this wasn't a script mistake that we did a couple years ago. No, this is actually a fresh topic. Can the FBI involvement change anything here?
Well, hopefully. It's kind of sad that you have to have the FBI, doing the oversight job on the VA. It would, they were the ones who actually warned the Democratic National Committee 7 months before the election that it was being hacked, and the guy at the DNC did nothing with that information. That's what they should be doing, helping protect the country against foreign spies and organized crime cartels and things like that. The president should be the one who's in charge of the VA and keeping it on track. And with after their years of fiasco kind of reached a climax, Congress said, well, let's give them even more money because that's what they need to do the reforms. And Obama appointed this new guy who had very successful private business experience, and he was going to get it all organized. And now the report comes out as of all the VA hospitals, rated by the patients, some are really high quality, 4s and 5s, doing a great job. Others, like that mess in Phoenix, they get rated by 1s, and our VA head says, oh, they're all doing fine. Everyone's meeting our standards. We've had decades worth of terrible management at the VA, and if Trump is who he claims to be, this great manager who picks great people, then he would be the president who might finally clean up the organization and help it start serving veterans much better. So this will actually be a test of what he asserts is his core competence.
Eric Sonne, political analyst, do you see us having deja vu in this many months in the future?
I think this is a topic. This will not be the last time that we discuss this topic at the table, unfortunately so. Maybe some of these managers can use those bonuses that they were paid to hire some defense attorneys here if this goes forward, and that wouldn't break my heart. The whole thing is a shambles. The whole thing is despicable. David's point about if Donald Trump is this great manager that he puts himself out to be, obviously there was a huge capital letter if at the beginning of that sentence, but I would echo that. And if Donald Trump and the Trump administration can somehow clean up this particular agency, that would be no small service to this country. There are plenty of VA doctors who are doing terrific work. There's some VA hospitals that are doing terrific work. But at some point, you have to revisit some of the premises, not all of the premises, but some of the premises behind the whole system of whether the only way to provide top-tier medical care that these people have richly earned is through this kind of captive system. You have to start in 2016, going into 2017, in this new economy, era of technology, era of disruption. You have to start asking some of those questions.
Penfield Tate, attorney at QTech Rock, also longtime state lawmaker. I feel this is one of these opportunities for the United States. If it's going to go ahead and be the Titanic of agencies and it's going to be a disaster, can something be learned from this so lives can be saved and treated better in the future?
Something can be learned, but you talk about deja vu. We can't be deja stupid. Look, I come from a generation where all of my uncles were veterans. I mean, they all had to serve at some point, and what's happened with the VA is a travesty. But the reality is this. If you define lying as making a statement to someone that you know is false at the time you make it, or withholding information intentionally to give a false understanding, all these people lied. All of them did. And so there's no need to have the FBI investigate anymore. If you want the U.S. attorney to refer charges or pursue criminal action, just do it. Having this investigation seems silly to me because the reality is, no one's going to be charged with anything. They're not going to do that. So if you aren't going to charge them, chalk it up to experience, a very expensive experience, but chalk it up to experience, and then don't let the VA ever build anything again. Find another way to build some of these hospitals that do honor to our servicemen and servicewomen who have defended this country. But this is just horrible. And, maybe President-elect Trump, soon to be President Trump, will figure this out, or whoever his designee is to run the agency. But the FBI investigation is just a waste of time and money, and it's political theater at this point.
Waste of time and money is a theme with this. We've heard with
Sure
this
is.
topic. We certainly have seen that. That's all the time we have for Colorado Inside Postgame this week. Leave us a comment. Tell us what you think. For everyone here at CPT12.org, I'm Dominic Dezzutti. Thanks for watching.